This is the Great Legend coming at you live from the Great Legends headquarters, people. Where else am I gonna be? Haha. Well, guess what I have for you today. Now, I know what you're thinking. You want to see some more video games. You want to see me go back to Liberty City. Maybe listen to some Journey. But I'm sorry, fans. Not today. My TV's broke. So yeah, I ain't gonna be on the box. Not for a while. But listen, fans, what I got for you, I got some more comic books to show you. And I want to tell you a little story about this. Back in the old days, my dad, you know, he was old school. He was a kid of the 50s. He liked reading a guy by the name of Captain Marvel. Little Billy Batson. When he shouted the magic word. When he shouted the name of the great wizard that gave him the powers. He shouted Shazam. And he became Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was in the golden age of comic books, people. You know, that golden age of the 40s and the 50s. Had such heroes as Action Comics #1, the Man of Steel himself, Superman. They had Detective Comics with your old boy Batman. Let me tell you, a lot of the parents of the old days didn't like their kids reading Detective Comics. They thought it was a little too adult. They thought Batman with the pointy ears was kind of like the devil, or, you know, maybe a Klansman or something of the, you know, triple Ks, you know, craziness. They had heroes. Timely Comics, aka Timely, went on to become Marvel Comics. Captain America Comics. Wouldn't you like to have the first one of that? But anyway, so a company by the name of Fawcett Publishing. Make sure I'm getting the name right, people. I don't want to steer you clear. Fawcett Publications. They had a comic book called Whiz Comics, and Whiz Comics, they came out with Whiz Comics #1. Short story is, it was a piece of crap and it sucked. So months later they came out with Whiz Comics #2, which was really the #1. It was the first appearance of Billy Batson, you know, Captain Marvel himself, Shazam all the way. Great. I wish I could get my hands on that. It's just out of my price range. But Captain Marvel came out. That was 1941, I think. Maybe 1940. Man, I don't want to give y'all the wrong info, but Captain freaking Marvel. Let me see if I can find out real quick where, well, you know what? Forget it. You want to know about Captain Marvel? Look him up. He's damn awesome. He's a great hero. He can go toe-to-toe with Superman any day. Let me tell you, though, Captain Marvel was the comic book hero my dad used to read when he was a kid, late 40s, early 50s. And big fan of Captain Marvel, one of his favorites. And you know, so Whiz Comics, I mean, Fawcett Publications was so popular. You know, with Whiz Comics, they'd usually have 3 stories in the comic. One would be Captain Marvel, one would be another hero, and the other one would be another hero. But anyway, Captain Marvel's story in Whiz Comics was so popular, they decided to release another comic book called Captain Marvel Adventures. And they would run Whiz Comics, and then 2 weeks later in the month, mid-month, they would run Captain Marvel Adventures. You know, so it was kind of like they would release 2 Captain Marvel comics in a month. So anyways, to get to my point, I've got 2 comic books I want to show you today. One has nothing to do with Captain Marvel, but it has something to do with Shem Howard. Great Legend Shem Howard coming at you live. I'm going to show you that one first. I've been wanting this comic for a very long time. I'm just going to lay it on the ground. I'm not going to get the comic book out or anything. But I've been waiting for this comic a very long time. Check this out, people. Check it out. Three Stooges. Three Stooges #1. I know this. And this here is my cord because I'm charging my camera. Three Stooges #1. Pick this up. It's in a crappy poly bag. And for the age of the comic is cream pages pretty much. Maybe a little off-white in there, but Three Stooges #1. This is from September 1953. It's the first comic book appearance of the man, Shem Howard. Love that guy. One of the greatest. It's edited by Norman Moore and Joe Kubert, and they also, you know, drew it and everything like that, with assist from Larry, Moe, and Shemp. Check it out. And what's cool about Norman Moore, he went on to become Moe's son-in-law. He married Moe's daughter, Joan. So he was part of the family. And then in the 50s, later 50s, Shemp died in 55, November 23rd, 1955. He went ahead and became their manager after they were let go from Columbia Pictures, because Joe Besser, well, he sucked. But, you know, when Curly Joe DeRita joined Moe and Larry, he was kind of their manager, and he got him into the movies and things like that. This one has 3 stories. 3 Stooges in Bogus Takes a Beating. Bell Bent for Treasure. Supposed to be hell bent, but you know how it is. And The Big Brush Off. So, really cool. See what happens when the world's biggest swindler sells the world's biggest morons a firecracker factory. Anyway, so this is something that I've been wanting for a really long time. I don't remember when I started wanting this, but I read a couple Three Stooges biographies, and I saw this comic in one of those. And I know they had Shemp in some of the comics. And anyways, I'm sending, and the reason I'm sending you this is I'm sending it off to CGC on Monday, so you're going to see this video when I actually get the comics back. So it is, I don't know, it's August 13th, 2011 right now. Of course, this video is going to be uploaded when I get these comics back from CGC. I'm sending these in via Economy Fast Track. Of course, this is Golden Age. It's not modern, so I had to pay a little bit extra. And since I'm doing the fast track, it's really about $40 per comic that I'm sending off. But I've got a discount of $7 each, so it's about $32, I think. Sending this one in, and then so that's the Stooges. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave that right there. The next one I wanted to show you was the one I've been talking about right here. Captain Marvel Adventures. Let me go ahead and put the Stooges one back. Captain Marvel Adventures. Got it in this, got it off eBay. Got it in a nice Gerber archive. That's what they call this sleeve. It's an archive for Golden Age comic. You can get these off eBay, or they're the ones that are opened at the top. It's got backboard inside. This is Captain Marvel Adventures, number 37. It's got the classic war stamps. This is 1944. They always were big on, you know, promoting the U.S. through these wars. Big missing face contest. What was cool about this is July 1944. And what was cool about these, they had a lot of good ads in them. I got this for about $100, and I would have bought it no matter, well, you know, maybe if it was too expensive, I wouldn't have got it. It's got the classic M6/2. Have no clue what that means. Don't you just, you know, you get an old comic, and, you know, writing on an old comic, I mean, don't you just want to go back in time and slap the shit out of that idiot who wrote on that dude's fucking cape? Anyway, sorry for my harsh language. But, folks, this is July. And the good thing about this is July 1944. My dad is a huge fan. And I tried to get my dad Wiz Comics number 56. I'm still on the lookout for Wiz Comics 56. I've seen a couple out there, but they just haven't been very much to my liking. There's been one on eBay that's miscut, which I definitely don't want that one, but I'm on the lookout. It's also July 1944, Wiz Comics 56. Of course, we're talking about Captain Marvel Adventures, number 37. The cool thing about this book is my dad was born July 1944, so this is actually his book. I bought this for him for his birthday gift, so he just loves it. I went ahead and I told him, Dad, you need to go ahead and read this, you know, because I'm going to be sending it to get, you know, enshrined in the CGC. I mean, you know, we're going to encapsulate it. So he took it home, he read it, he got a good kick out of it, and so that was his gift. I also got him this cool large t-shirt of Captain Marvel, and I'll show it to you in the second part of this here in a couple minutes whenever I get these back from CGC. But anyways, yeah, he got it. It's a red shirt. It has the Captain Marvel lightning bolt on the front of the red shirt, and on the back of the shirt in really cool font it says Shazam on it. So that was, you know, his birthday gift. So very cool, Captain Marvel. And you want to know probably what grade I would give these. I don't know what they're going to get back from CGC, but they're readable copies. They are readable. They're very fragile. I mean, this one's from 1944. My dad had to be extra careful wherever the staples are when you open this book. Actually, you know, the weird thing about this book was there was really only one staple. It was right there. See where it says 10 cents? Well, there is about a centimeter rip. See where it goes under the middle of the zero? That's about a centimeter rip, and there's maybe like a little bit of a rip on the bottom area too. So when you open the comic book, you can actually see the rip. So, you know, there's a little hole there. So you know, we got to be real careful. I told him to be very careful when he was turning the pages and everything. But you know, 1944, you know, I got a good deal on this. You know, I'm not expecting it to be a 9.8. You know, I don't think that would be possible unless, you know, they put it in Mylar back in the 40s, when I know some kids probably had fun reading both of these, actually. But for this one here, Captain Marvel, all the pages are there. It's readable. Corners are kind of dull. You know, they're rounded. I mean, not too bad. There is some slight chipping inside the book. Chipping is, of course, you know, when you see a pirate treasure map, there's chips missing out of the side. But I would probably give this, if I was grading this book here, probably a 2.0. 2.0 right here. 2.0. This one here, the Three Stooges one, very brittle, but I would probably give this one a 4.0. Somewhere in the 4. I would give this 2.0, but I don't know. We'll have to see what they give it when it comes back. 2.0's readable. When you get, and you know, the cover's pretty nice. It's lost some of its luster, being, you know, off-white and all. It doesn't have much gloss left in it, but I'd probably give this a 2.0. I'd give this about a 4.0. I'm much better with current comics, or comics that are in the 7, 8, 9. You know, I've been getting some comics graded, and I've been finding out what some of these mean. So I'm getting better with grading comics. So yeah, people, I'm going to send these off to CGC, and then let's see, hopefully 20 days, or maybe it was 15. I can't remember. I think it was either 15 or 20, but I think maybe it was 15. So hopefully I'll get these back a lot sooner than normally when I do the slow, 2-month thing. So anyway, this is what it's all about, and then we're going to show you coming up here. When I fade to black, I'll fade back out, and then it'll be about 2 weeks later, and I'll show you what they actually got. So I'm thinking 4.0 on Captain Marvel Adventures. No, 2.0 on Captain Marvel Adventures, about 4.0 on the Stooges. Maybe 5 if I'm lucky. Anyways, be right back. Alright, fans, coming at you live. This is, let's see, about 40 days. It's been 40 days. Economy Fast Track. Yeah, right. Fucking thing take 40 days. So let's see what we got. These are the two comics I sent off. Remember I said Captain Marvel Adventures, I would give that one a 2.0 because it was looking pretty old school. And then, let's see, the Stooges one I think I gave 4.0. It's been a while. Let's see what we got up in here. Uh-oh, look at there. Whoa, check that out, people. 7.0. Well, Jesus, my grading was off pretty bad there. This bad boy, 7.0. Three Stooges #1, September of '53. Classic, classic, classic. This is my boy Ship in the house. Still, I would like to get, this is the St. John publication, but actually St. John publication was named Jubilee Comics before this. And in 1949, I think it was, they had their first series, the very first Three Stooges comic book, of course with Moe, Larry, Curly. And I'd love to get that one. There was only 2 in that series, 1 and 2. So that's that Three Stooges coming at you live, people. Beautiful looking book. I'm going to go ahead and just leave it in the bag there. Man, I am very pleased. A 7.0 is very good. So yeah, totally too sweet. Let's look in the box again here. Here it is. Captain, whoa! Ooh, it's a thicker CGC case. Thinking that's a magazine case. This case is about, let me show you the comparison, people, because it was a thicker comic book. It was pretty thick, so that may have been a magazine style. So there's that. Looks like that. Whoops. See, look at those. So there they are. See how thick that one is? That one's not that thick. That one's thicker. But this was also a thicker book for this. Hold on, let me put my Stooges back in. Here we go. I like that, though. Check that out. There's the Stooges, boy. Stooges. Need to get some more of those Mylar bags off of eBay.com to slide these in. And look at there. 6.0. That is a great grade. And dude, I thought I was going to get a 2.0 out of this, but if you look at the book itself, it's pretty good. I mean, like, just some corner dull, a little chipping on that corner there. Little dull action there. See, July 1944, my dad's birthday. He's actually coming over tonight. There's my shoe motorcycle helmet. Very awesome full face helmet. I know that has nothing to do with comic books and my motorcycle gloves. Let's get back to the comics. Okay, so we have 6.0 for this Captain Marvel Adventures number 37. So very pleased with both of these grades. So nice. They were really nice to me here, folks. Captain Marvel Adventures 1944. See, we got Chapter 16 here. What do we got on here? Chapter 16, Monster Society of Evil Serial, Mary Marvel and Mr. Mind appearance. Captain Marvel visits Cincinnati, Ohio. So for all my Great Legend fans from Cincinnati, I'm glad you're here today, because Captain Marvel, if you read this comic, he visited your hometown, people. Anyways, thanks so much for watching my latest comic book shipment. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace out. God bless.